on to you, Aries. So you Aries have the Two of Cups, the Emperor, the Sun card. Okay, so obviously the Emperor represents Aries. So there's a lot of influence in your own lives, a lot of decisions that you Aries are going to have to make in the year 2024 about relationships, about, right? Because you have the Two of Cups, about yourself and your own self-image, how you see yourself. There's some things that's going on with you that you're going to have to do to set yourself up for success. And some of those things are, ultimately, some of those things are really stay away from the goofies, because you have the High Priestess and the Lovers. You know, like it is, I said before, a lot of you Aries are very much so hopeless romantics. And you really want to watch out for people who are stepping to you from a point of dishonesty or not. See, you know, that's a problem. Like, what's a problem about it is you have to be completely single, not talking to anybody, because that's going to be, see, this is what I'm trying to say. That's going to be a problem for a lot of people that would be a very good candidate. You're not supposed to be talking to anybody. No one is supposed to be. When people say, are you talking to somebody? The answer to that is supposed to be, no, I'm not talking to anybody else. Not saying that you cannot be interested in somebody else where you're talking to them and stuff like this. But when I say talking to somebody else, I mean in a full-blown relationship with the person and just now getting out. If you feel like, if you are needing to play the field, let them know that. But don't be involved with the person, full-on involved, and then be like, yeah, I'm involved with somebody else right now. No, you're not. But be honest about your situation, right? And that's what squanders a lot of situations. That's what squanders a lot of would-be relationships. And some of you may disagree, but this is what squanders a lot of relationships, because it's like the idea of you talking, not saying you, but I'm saying in a general sense, talking to so many people, so much so to the point where it always seems like you talking to somebody. It always seems like there's a chance where you can have somebody on the side. And what I'm getting at is there's a time. What I'm trying to say is that there's a time and a place to play the field. And you don't always want to be playing the field all the time, because it spells trouble in the relationship. So the High Priestess represents you're going to meet some people who will be on that, right? Where the way that the approach of the relationship, the way that it's set up, is missing some foundation. It's missing some foundational cinder blocks. It's missing some of the foundation. And the interactions that you have, this person will have a lot of the traits that a lot of you Aries may be looking for. They may be attractive on both sides, regardless of what you're into. They may be attractive. They may be very attractive to you, but they may be in a relationship with somebody, and they're going to let you know that they're in a relationship, like a full-blown relationship, past through to the point where, you know, romantic, physical touch happened, if you know what I mean, and they're talking to you. And it'll be up to you, Aries, to say yay or nay, right? Yes or no. And if you go for that, the relationship will not be very good for you. See, this is the thing. A lot of people keep thinking that cheating is going to be good. Listen, This is why it is I'm an advocate for doing everything the clean way, because people don't want to listen to it. Everybody want to just be in, people want to be in half relationships. They in a relationship, but then they still talking to other people, but they're in a full-blown relationship. Then they monkey branch and they get on to another. That's a dub. Nope. Anybody who does that is a I ain't gonna get too deep into that on the game on that, because anybody who does that is stupid. But look, break it down. So the game on that is anybody who does all the monkey branching, no matter who they are. If you do monkey branching, you stupid. And the reason why it's stupid is because, number one, you put yourself in a lot of unnecessary risk of microscopics, if you know what I mean. Also, you also put yourself in jealous partners, and there's a lot of bodily fluids being exchanged, if you know what I mean. And it's a little bit too close to home, if you understand what it is I'm saying. So the truth is, you might as well go ahead and just do one big collaboration, if you know what I mean. When it's done cleanly, the person ain't talking to anybody, right? Maybe they are playing the field, but they're making it clear, hey, listen, I haven't necessarily done anything with those people yet. And because of that, it's a level of cleanliness, because more often than not, obviously, you're not going to find somebody who has never done it before. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, my gosh, you don't want to have to dip or get dipped in on, right? And the person just dipped their dip in another person's pocket. You understand what I'm saying? Or at the same time, you dipping in your dip in all these different pockets, if you know what I mean. It's too unclean. You know what I mean? It's just too much. It's too close to home. You need soap and water and distance. And the thing is that the Seven of Wands is about how, and when you approach people from this perspective of choosing to be clean, you're going to miss out on a lot of relationships. A lot of people are going to be upset, right? And the Ace of Cups and the King of Wands represents you're going to try to start something new and fresh and clean with them, and they not going to go for it. But this is what it is that sets up the differences between people who are dirty and clean, because the way that people, follow what I'm saying here, the way that people migrate from relationships to relationships today is disgusting. Totally, because you needed to have, when I was coming up, you needed to have a certain level of cleanliness. Now it's all about soon as you come up off, you understand what I'm saying? You hopping on to somebody else, and it's like, yo, this is too close. This is too much microscope. You gotta understand that everybody's bodily function is unique to them. And you not even 2 seconds being done before you go end up you sharing microscopics, if you catch my drift, with somebody. Then you go share the same microscopics that you just shared with somebody fresh in the same night. Maybe you took a shower, but it's still dirty. You going ahead and sharing microscopics with another person. It's like, that's too much. That's too much gene tampering. It's too much it's too much mixing. You know what I mean? It's just too much mixing of microscopics. You feel me? So this is why it is that you be having a lot of this confusion and this nonsense going on. Now, what does this have to do with it? What I'm trying to say is this, Aries. When you're trying to do things clean, because a good way in order to get yourself in relationships that work is to have definitions. Part of the problem why a lot of people fail today, Aries, is because we don't have definitions. A lot of people are literally running around enjoying themselves with whomever it is that will say yes. And that's fine. But you're not supposed to be bouncing around from relationship to relationship to relationship like that. When you're talking about dating, you're not supposed to be doing that. What you're supposed to be doing is, if you gonna bounce around in monkey branch, if you catch my drift, you really on some stuff where you're not trying to date anybody, because that's an unsafe environment for you to call yourself dating, bouncing from people to you understand what I'm saying? People to people. So what am I saying? So I'm saying is the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles, right? You Aries are gonna find yourself in some crazy situations where a lot of the people that you will get to know, when you get a chance to get to know them, you will find out that, like I said before, this is going to be a year for you, Aries, of a lot of secrets that's being bestowed onto you. And like, a lot of people are going to show you the majority of what it is that they don't ever show other people openly, because they haven't gotten close enough. And when you, Aries, take the time to slow down, right, 10 of Cups, and you get to know them, you will find out just how much people are hiding, okay? And some of the things, some of the skeletons in people's closets that they're hiding, the secrets that they're hiding, will jeopardize your perception of them, i.e. jeopardize the relationship, is what I'm trying to say. Because there's been times where I could have assimilated into one group, if you catch my drift. You understand what I'm saying? But I dipped out. You know what I mean? I left. I was like, nah, I'm good. Like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. So let's clarify the 7 of Pentacles. There was times. There was times. And I was tempted to. However, nah, I'm good. So to clarify the 7 of Pentacles, you have the 4 of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Empress. The Empress is Libra, opposite sign of Aries. The 4 of Pentacles represents you wanting to do things the right way, or you Aries will develop a sense of right and wrong, and wanting to do things in ways that are more clean. And also you're gonna get your story straight as to being more clear with the type of person that you want, because the King of Cups and the Knight of Swords, the people who have different value systems will make themselves clear to you. So the more experiences you Aries go through with these people, that when you get to know them, they got some embarrassing or dishonorable things, right? And they continue to do it, but they just don't want other people to see. Is the more a lot of you Aries will become a little bit more distinctive about what you want. Like when you, like for instance, like when you dating, like when I was dating, right? Getting, especially as a teenager, getting to know some people, coming up, reaching 16, 17, 18, then I'm like 19, 20 as a young adult, hearing the type of stories that people are going through, seeing the things that I done seen, right? Experiencing the things that I've done experience, and the things, and ultimately, not allowing those experiences to go too far and turning it down, experiences down when I had a chance. You appreciate over time when you get experiences, you appreciate over time decent people. Like, you shouldn't be at Central Park late at night. You know what I mean? You know who is out there. There's people out there. You know who's out there. And I've had the misfortune sometimes of knowing that some of my friends at the time met with some people over there at Central Park. You know, they don't do that anymore, but met with some people over there at Central Park at night, and you know who's out there at that time. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? And when you know that piece of information, right, and you're able to look at that, and you don't participate in those types of things, where you're like, you know, I don't think I'm gonna spend my money on this. I think I'm gonna save my money and kind of, you know, put it towards better uses and stuff like this. You begin to appreciate a decent person that you could talk to and get to know romantically, because now it's, you ain't got to pay this person for their time, if you know what I mean, right? But living in that kind of underworld type of mentality, like, you see it. And the thing is that the Empress is about how, you know, since this is a situation, you know, like I said, like, you Aries will appreciate being squeaky clean, and you'll try to stay away from that type of stuff. So, and that will be your saving grace, because once you've muddied yourself and stuff like this, it's very hard to get clean afterwards. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace.